the Sea Slider Group. Here this week, it's the finale for Season 2. I'm the CEO, Aquataddy. Next to me in the booth, we have GTRP Cola Gator.
Hello.
We're not, boy, that sounded like a lot of excitement. We're not the usual Monday broadcast team, as typically we have Gator Mike up here. He had prior engagements involving ice cream and children. He was taking his kids out for ice cream, so he's a little occupied. So for the finale, you get us. Shocker up here, we have Hamilton, points leader, starting on the pole, but outside pole is do the do. I can't say I expected that at all.
First in the chat, too, by the way. Do the
Oh, so he's listening when I said I didn't expect it. That's great.
You heard it.
Yep, Memory's going to start third. That one's a little more believable. Looking for fourth, we have Just Ken. Fifth, newcomer to the series, Sammy Luna. Let's see, we got a few new drivers out here in this. DJ Smoka is new. Pro 75 made his debut last week. Going down through there.
Coming over from the customs to put it on the Slider Boys.
Yeah, after the first podium finish for Sammy Luna in the custom side last week, and she got the first interview and decided to go racing slider side. Dirt Dog making his return. Let's see, who else is new here? These three right here you're going to have to keep an eye on. Fire Slayer, Hamilton, Just Can, but Fire Slayer's starting pretty far back. Blaney making his slider debut, so that'll be an interesting one. And then there was supposed to be another one. Why do I only have... Oh, that was it. DJ Smoka, Sammy, and Blaney making their debuts. Oh, look at that. It's time for me to start the timer so these guys can get going. They get about 31 laps to the tank, so they're only going to get two pit stops here tonight. I think that one's going to be pretty easy to make there. 92 would be if you stayed out the whole time, so we shouldn't see any blown tires. But the trick of Texas Motor Speedway is that exit of turn 4, people get really, really loose every time. So if you're going to see a wreck, I think that's where it's going to happen. What do you think, Picola?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I agree there. They fixed it right from a patch, but it's still pretty rough.
Yeah, I think it got worse. We can blue screen now, as I am on your screens, as we accept our invites. 26 drivers, no cautions, black flags on. This should be an interesting one, to say the least.
Survive the first lap, right?
I mean, the whole thing, you gotta just try to survive. That's like the name of the game here, I think.
I remember from last year when we didn't have the cautions. That was strat right there. Survive the first lap. So who'd you pick to win, you say?
Not long live the sauce. Honestly, I'll tell you on like lap 10 after that all gets through. So.
Oh, you don't have a pick for the race, okay. I'll go with Butters.
Who are you really picking? Okay, I thought he was kidding me, but Butters has been selected. Green flag underway here. Hamilton leads them to turns 1 and turn 2. Do the do still on the outside. That's the 17 of Memory sitting there in third, pushing the 18. Is now going to make his way into second with Just Ken second in points. Following there in the 00 Starcom Chevrolet. Sammy Luna, newcomer, sitting in fifth. Right behind her would be the 48 Hendrick of Robbie Racing. There was a wreck, you said?
Yeah, not too bad. My guy Butters did get sent down pit road, though, so that pit is so big.
Yeah, no, that's gonna hurt. It looks like, I mean, there's still probably 20 of the vehicles right here in this main pack that they've completed a lap. There hasn't been a massive wreck. Yeah, I really think about 10 laps in, you're going to start seeing people start really breaking loose and having an issue here. I'm seeing the 24 back there looking like they're a little swirly. That's Long Live the Sauce, the one that I said I did not want to pick. Let's see, give you a points update here tonight entering this race. This is the finale, so it's huge that we get this in there. I have Hamilton as your points leader by 26 points. That's probably not going to change. However, Just Ken and Higgy sitting second and third. There's only a 5-point difference between them. But the race that we're really going to have to watch, Do the Do's in 14th, Memory in 15th. Those are your transfer spots to the B group for next season. Right behind them, and all three of these drivers are in the field tonight. Hellraiser in the 19, Brian SB in the 73, and Denkate in the 88. All of those drivers are within 10 points of advancing and passing Memory for that 15th spot. So Memory doing what he needs to out front there, but again, Do the Do. He's running up front currently. Again, a little surprised, but these guys are doing what they need to do to advance.
All those guys are fighting for one spot.
So that's 14th and 15th, and then into the three drivers that are on the outside. So that's, that's 14th through 18th, basically. Battle all within 10 points. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how tight it is. Mopow Cowboy here in the 32. Brinkerhoff going to just give you a quick rundown of the drivers. Fire Slayer here in the 41, top 4 in points. Good season for him so far. Tackleberry, another one of your drivers that you would expect to see in the B group next season. Blaney again in this 25. This is his first outing here in the C Slider group. Spenker 20 has a couple race wins this season. Let's also not forget that whoever wins this race tonight gets to take part in tomorrow night's B group finale at Texas same track. T. White, the Dirt Dog, Pork Chop, Butters here in the 21. He's on track. Hellraiser in a little bit of trouble back there in the 19. Tollison in the 22. There's Denkate in the 88. 44, new driver, DJ Smoka, Brian SP. And now we're back to the front of the field, but it looks like we have a new leader as the 00 of Just Ken is in front of the 17 of Memory sitting there in second. Do the Do running in third place right now, so still running well for him.
A couple spots.
Yep. Hamilton actually got into the back of the 48 on the exit of 4. I don't know if the 48 was trying to be a little tighter or what. That's old guy. He's flipping a lot. Lots and lots. He just caught Brian.
Pro 75 involved.
There's lots of cars on that front stretch right now. Yeah. I mean, you hate to see that, but unfortunately, it's one of those to be expected here in a caution-free race. 8 live viewers out there. Thanks for tuning in. We have another driver, not driver, but a B group driver sitting in our ears. That would be GTR Jacob. He decided to mute himself so you can't hear him. I don't know what the point of being in a broadcast chat and being muted is, but that's Jacob for you. He probably just snorted 3 to 5 times. Yep. Oh, okay, you guys can still hear him because he doesn't know how to mute himself. You literally just go to always allow and you take it off that.
That's the problem. Can't find it. That's the whole problem.
You go to your party settings and then it'll say allow voice to be shared. Click that and then it'll say do not share. Yeah, Jose, clearly he's the exact same as Picola. I thought he was muted this whole time, and he wasn't. He decided not to talk. He wanted to pull the Picola in the broadcast booth.
Jose, why don't you come up here and do a broadcast, buddy?
Does anybody really want to hear a Josie in the booth?
I would love to.
I would too, actually. Memory looking like he's going to make a move on the 00 Just Ken. They're getting ready to go in 3 and 4. This is a hard part to make a pass, but luckily the Memory is able to clear before they get going. But that second group back there, there's a lot of side-by-side action. Let's go right along with Robbie Racing, who's next to the 25 of Blaney. The two Ally Chevy Hendrick cars next to each other, making contact on the exit of 4. But it's really hard if you're the driver on the inside. You really want to let your car just drift up the track there. You don't want to have a lot of wheel input, but if you're making a pass, you have to be putting the wheel input, you know, and it just causes the rear end to break out. What do you think over there, Pico?
Yep.
All right, Jacob, you got yourself muted yet?
No idea.
Oh, I like it.
Where's Mike at?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I got the wrong GTR guys up here. Bill said, sorry, brother, had problems tonight. You're good, bud. It's William Stalker, aka NASCAR WPS. Usually drives out here on Monday nights. This action's still pretty good. The 38 of Sammy Luna got by both Robbie and Blaney. Those two still side by side, but here comes the 34, third place in points. That would be Higgy, followed by Spenker and Long Live the Sauce. Josie said he's building a golf course. This really is some pretty good action here. Blaney gets to the inside of the 38, that being Sammy. Now Higgy gets to the inside of that 25 of Blaney, 3 wide down the backstretch. Spenker got a little loose. Long Live the Sauce decided to split the gap. The 25 gets really tight on the exit, but is going to be able to come dropping down. 38, Sammy gets into the wall, almost collects everybody, and somehow they avoided it. Not sure how, but man, this is some pretty crazy racing at such a loose racetrack.
Right, she got the wall, avoided everybody, and just keep the draft.
Yeah, I don't
Great
know.
driver.
Yeah, that was really good. A few drivers, this being her first entry here, a few drivers were a little concerned. Fire Slayer himself was worried about getting his butt kicked as we see him in the 41 car right inside of Higgy in the 34. He's doing Stuart Haas proud currently. Rolling through. Old guy.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh,
Sammy
what'd I
through
miss?
the grass,
Oh.
off of turn 4.
Scrolling through the field a little bit more, we see that old guy did survive that accident. He is still racing on track. Not sure, he flipped 32,912 times, but he is still racing. Doing pretty good up there. Yeah, 25's involved, 24's involved, 20's involved. Basically that whole pack that I was riding along with 2 seconds ago was involved in that wreck.
Fire flare.
Up front, Just Ken was able to get back by memory. Behind them, Do the Do still somehow running in the top 3 with Hamilton attached to the back of them as well in that 18 machine. Brian SB started at the rear of the field. You see him in some good action there with T. White, DJ Smoka, Old Guy, and Hellraiser there. One of those guys just... Oh, maybe not. I thought one of them disappeared, but now they're back. That was weird.
So that whole second group basically just got taken out, right?
Well, yeah, but so I don't understand. It's too early to be racing the way they were.
Yeah, they come 3 wide off turn 2. I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, right? So it's a video game. You want to race, right? But you got to understand the logics of what's going on, especially for some of those that are in the points battle. If you've already advanced, there's not really anything that's going to hurt except maybe getting a win. But I told these guys all in the chat, you know, there are people that are still racing to try to get their advancement, some that are racing for the championship. You know, a lot of stuff going on that it's just too early to take yourself out of the picture by racing like that. Unlike the B group here in the C, any one mistake by any of the drivers, and it cost everyone with no cautions. Now in the B group, you at least have a caution, you know.
No stages, no cautions, no nothing. You have to run perfect race.
Yeah, well,
By
I mean,
perfect, I mean you can't run into a wreck.
yeah, I mean, you got to do what it takes to avoid. Sometimes riding behind a group is the best thing you can do, but not even like up close. You know, you can give them that 0.3 of a second or so. So if something does happen, you can avoid. You know, but yeah, I mean, all in all, it's part of the racing here. Like I said, 2-3 wide racing, especially off turn 4, is going to be difficult for these guys, and that wreck proved it.
So it looks like Hickey was one of the ones that made it through there.
Long Live the Sauce looks like he is out of the race here tonight.
Behind Hickey. Oh, Power Cowboys. So those two, I believe they were the only 2 in the second group.
I disagree with you. And I'm going to disagree with you because I'm going to disagree with you because the 38 is up there with the top 4 drivers now and just past Hamilton.
She had to pit. She was in the grass.
Well, but see, this is where it's going to be catch-22. So you had to go 92 laps if you were going to stretch fuel out. There's only 84 laps here, so you could have, after 10 laps, been able to pit and make it to the end on the same cycle.
Okay.
So an accident like that, right, it did cost her time, but now without losing the draft, she has the freshest tires, riding with your race leaders, is going to be able to pass these guys and make up a lot of that time that you would have by running at a slower pace without the draft, you know. Jose said that big wreck happened because Fire Slayer probably lost talent, but in all actuality, Long Live the Sauce being the one in the chat saying that he ran out of talent here tonight in that number 24 machine that's parked on pit road. this is a tough one if you're one of the race leaders. The 00 and the 17, they're racing hard. Those guys are trying to race for the
38
lead.
in the wall coming off turn 2.
Yeah, and the 38 right on the outside of them, she has the freshest tires trying to get around these guys, get her lap back, and try to gain as much ground for when they pit. And it's a tough spot if you're in the position of the 00 and the 17 because you don't want to race her hard, but you also don't want to like just back off because you are in a battle for the lead. So again, same as we were talking about earlier, any little incident by these guys could cause disaster for the rest of them. And we're seeing the 38 trying to run the outside and has already caught the wall now 2-3 times. It only takes that one time to hit that wall just enough that you bounce back down the track and you just took out the race leaders.
Got about a 17. Looks like 00's moving out the way here.
Looks like a 34 might be running down the leaders.
That's what I thought earlier.
Well, that's that's the other thing, right? So the longer the 38 had stayed on the outside of the 00 and the 17, the best move they could have made is what they just did by pulling over basically and saying go on ahead. As long as that 38 was staying on the outside, they couldn't run their line. They can't come off the corner and get up to the wall, so they're losing a couple tenths at a time. The 18 and the 9 able to catch, the 34 starting to catch. Butter's flying through the grass in front of everyone right now.
The biggest thing is going to be coming up off the turns too early, especially turn 2, because that's really going to scrub a lot of speed off.
Facts. Butters drifts up to the wall here, is going to ride the wall like that's where, like a tram car. He's just stuck to it the rest of this. Piccola's pick to win the race is not looking so good right now.
It's a part of his strategy, bro.
It looks like Sauce is parked for the night.
Way to call something that I declared about 10 minutes ago. Jacob, glad you joined us finally.
I'm here. Looks like the 48 is running down the leaders as well. He's making up ground, slowly but surely.
He the one that behind Higgy?
That's Robbie racing in the 48.
Yep.
Well, with the 2
He's
hour
definitely
cars.
Higgy has definitely came into frame on my screen, so he's running them down, and Higgy's run down the leaders. So it's safe to say that they both are coming.
Yeah, the 48's coming quick. The one that's not, though, I can't tell. It looks like the 32's falling off pace. I mean, 32 is catching, and it looks like the 48 is, or sorry, the 34 is catching the leaders. But I don't know if the 48 actually is catching the leaders, or it just looks like that because the 32 is starting to fall off pace.
Like
Try to.
might have been signaling down there.
No, that was the 48 that got really loose on the backstretch. Ended up down to the inside.
Oh, Hamilton down pit road. That's what it was.
You're right. Old Robbie Racing back in action. Yes, sir, Jose, Josie. So right along with Higgy here. And it's pretty clear as day that he's catching. I mean, he's almost to the 9 of Do the Do now. Higgy's no slouch as he signals to pit now. Higgy's no slouch. He, any point in time in any race, I expect him to be one of the faster cars on the track. Ty Higg, yeah, I mean, no matter where you go, he has to be a favorite to win a race. And if you keep in mind, he was in that big gaggle of cars before the wreck, so that's a hard one to keep up with. You know, with the race leaders, he started a little bit further back, had to pass those guys. In the middle of that, the draft kept the action going, so he was never able to clear and lost a lot of time that way. But avoiding that accident, we're getting to see the speed of him now. Up front, I believe the 00 leader.
Just Ken seems to be one that likes to run the long run, right?
I mean,
Really see him short pit too often.
the thing is, right, so you're going to lose a little bit of time because you stay out there, but if everybody has to pit the same amount of times, you're not in any disadvantage, right? If anything, it's going to pan out at the end because
That's
you
what I was
have...
getting at. That just seems to be his preferred style,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, if you run 31 laps the first 2 times, right, so you run 62 laps in total, you only have 22 laps left, whereas everybody else, they might pit after 54 laps. They got, you know, there's a lot more time there.
Got a bunch on pit lane here. Yep, Sammy 38 is in the grass while we have a lot of cars coming down pit lane, more than half the field.
Yeah, I'm running along with the 34 Higgy now.
Oh,
Interested to see how this pans
As
out.
the 20 messed up going down pit lane, he has to come all the way back around now, it looks like.
That's miserable if you're a Spanker. I've had
I
that
did
happen
that
in a
qualifying.
custom race. Somebody that I was working with in the race decided not to. They wanted to use me as the brakes, and I missed pit road. Had to do it a couple extra times. Looks like the 17 and the 18. Those are going to be your race leaders right now. Looks like the 38 of Sammy Luna is out of this race.
The 00 come out, and the 34 is just ahead of him. Now he's going to have fresher tires, but
But up front, your race
that's what
leader
the
is going to
34
be
needs there.
the 17 of Memory.
Okay.
Butters isn't happy about something. Not going to tell you all the language he's using to explain to me that he's not happy, but somebody has teed off Butters.
I'll be right back.
Higgy is looking smooth out there, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, he's running a good solid line. As we see Memory getting into lap traffic now, that would be Den Kate. I think I said Higgy, that's Memory. Lapping people now. With Hamilton just behind. Those should be your two race leaders. I really think, though, that this race may play into Higgy's hands if it stays green. I'm really thinking that he might be the car to watch right now. This is going to pan out because he was pitted with those guys up there about a lap or two after. And Just Ken, having the freshest tires on track, is actually right behind the 34. So if Higgy lets Just Ken go, he could actually use the faster car's own draft to be able to use him and go catch those top two drivers.
Either way, having him there pushing or pulling, right? So, help fresher tires.
Right, yeah, I mean, even if the 00 decided to push, but yeah, the 00 does go around. I kind of expected having the 2-lap fresher tires, but I don't expect the 34 to fall off very bad. The C group is on normal draft, so that should play a huge role in being able to keep that 34 there as long as he's within a tenth or two on overall lap times.
So we got Memory, Hamilton, and then these two, right?
Yep.
That car.
Yeah. No, that's Dan Kate. He's a lap down.
There's nobody behind Ty. Wow, so
Robbie,
probably gonna come down at least 4.
I'm trying to figure out what the 32 was, but before the pit cycle, it was Robbie and the 32 that were following Ty. And Robbie's entering the backstretch as these guys are going into 3 and 4. So Robbie is the next car in line, so that's 5th, but he's a quarter of a track behind.
Right. That'll help too, right?
Yeah, he's by himself. I think the next closest car is actually the other Ally Chevy of Blaney. 26 drivers started here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. 2 drivers have had engine failures, so they're going to call it a night early, leaving 24 drivers still on the track. So this is still no easy task. You know, we're through 1 pit cycle. Looks like actually a 3rd driver is now on pit road, the 20 of Spanker. So 23 drivers on track, but man, there's still a lot of laps left here. You know, they're probably close to 50 laps or so. Another pit cycle still having to happen, so anything could happen here. I expect the leaders to still have to deal with a lot of lap traffic. Definitely looking like the 18 is falling off pretty bad. The 17 pulled away. Higgy and the 00 of Just Ken have now caught him. I would expect them to make pretty quick work of him, but Higgy's starting to lose the draft to that 00 as well.
Yeah, better right now.
Try to find the 17 real quick. Oh, where's that? Blaney, trying to see if he is the next one behind Robbie. Yeah, so you got Blaney sitting in 6th with Do in 7th. Those are the closest 2 drivers to be able to help Robbie catch these guys. Not sure what happened to Cowboy. But again, we do have black flags on here, so I'm assuming that's what happened.
Has Memory gotten in yet? So
Yeah, Memory won 1 race and was unable to race on Tuesdays. Just Ken just got by the 18 of Hamilton. Hamilton going flying through the grass as he tried crossing him over. Higgy goes to the outside. They're both able to get by him. Hamilton's going to fall. Looks like, well, he's still underneath the 34 car right now, but the draft should give the 34 the pull on the exit, and sure enough, it does. Neither William, NASCAR WPS, the answer, this one season only. the top 15 drivers are going from C to B, simply because we have an A group that's taking the majority of the B group. So this one season only, we had to kind of fill in a lot more drivers, as 12 drivers from the B group go to A. From here on out, only 9 will go from B to A. Which probably put 10 going from B to, or C to B. Will you invite Josie? Oh, done already. Good job. Trying to scroll through, look for some good action. Looks like the best racing on the track right now is the 00 of Justin and the 34 Higgy with Hamilton behind him. Josie, thanks for having you in here. Just make sure you mute the YouTube. Hello?
What's up, fellas? I was muted my YouTube first before I unmuted myself. What up?
Are you on Always Alive?
Yes, I am.
Alright, well, you've seen the race from the YouTube. Heard a little bit about what we had to say, but via what you've seen so far, we've gone through one of the 2 pitch strategies here. But who's your car to keep your eyes on? Who are you thinking has the best chance here?
I'm liking that 34. He gets fast everywhere he goes. I've raced with him plenty of tracks, and he seems to love Texas, so I'm pretty sure he got the strategy to win. Right now, he's holding on to Ken's back bumper, so it's not affecting him pitting that early.
I think the one big issue here is going to be the I mean, that 17's on rails and has a huge gap over these guys. They could work together and maybe catch him, but I think by the time they even start closing in on it, I would assume that next pit stop's going to happen. And when that does, like I said, there's only going to be 20 laps left at most.
Yeah, that might be.
So 40 laps from here right now.
Trying to close that 17, but he's going through lap traffic right now, so let's see if that helps him get closer.
Yeah, you guys both ran in C, and everybody knows when there's no cautions and you're going through lap traffic, you pucker a little bit. That's the pucker factor of GC Sports.
Yep.
What was that you told me, Teddy? Do I aim for it in C or no? I can't remember.
Listen, when they start wrecking, I aim for it. They're usually not there anymore by the time you get there. And when they are, it hurts bad. Looks like Mopow Cowboy now has gotten by Do the Do and is catching the 25 of Blaney. That 32 car is on rails. He seems to be, I think he pit later, and so he's got the fresher tires back here.
These 3 are linked up, man. I'm kind of surprised they haven't gained much ground in this 17.
The 17 pit.
Fresh tires.
Yeah, I mean, the 17 pit a lap after the 34. And the 34 pit like 2 laps after the 18, right? So even though Ken has the freshest tires and he's the leader of that pack, essentially he's literally just pulling them around. He's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not 3 guys on the same cycle that are all up to the same pace. The 34 and the 18 essentially are just trying to hold on to the draft that he has, and because of that, that's why we're not seeing a real bad closing rate. But at the same time, up front you have the 17 of memory that as he catches lap traffic, he's half a second away. He gets to gain a quick half second while he pulls into their draft, you know. So it's a tough one at this point in time for those guys to catch him.
So if you're a part of this pack here, are you going to try to pit together, or?
I mean, you really have to, but the problem is that they're so far off in their cycle. The 18 pit almost 5 laps before the 00, right? So if you're the 00, I'm sticking to my strategy. If I'm the 18 and the 34, I 100% want to pit together. Over to you, Josie. What do you think?
Yeah, I was looking at the 18 just past just Ken, so it looks like Ken is getting loose.
Yeah, they're getting more races. So.
Yeah, they're racing now.
Yeah, and I mean, that does nothing but hurt you, right? You're trying to catch the leader who's still using the lap traffic to suck up, and you're racing side by side, right? So the 18 also got by the 34 before the 00 started getting loose, so that's racing. And then the 00 gets loose, they stay side by side for a lap and a half. They probably just lost a full second or so to the 17 car.
The 17 is coming to a gaggle of cars right here.
Yeah, I'd seen that up front.
Right now. They're going 3 wide everywhere. It's almost wrecking.
This is where if I'm
My
a
God.
17 and if I'm in my pit window, the moment I catch to the bumper of these guys in front of me, I'd probably pull off and pit because you have nothing to lose now, and that takes away the short pit concept of those drivers behind you.
Right, especially looking at that 14. 14 looks pretty loose right in front of him. I would pit like next lap, avoid him getting loose and wrecking him. As the 14 just hit the wall.
Yep. That's the opposite of loose. That's a tight car. He's dealing with that infamous loose tight setup.
I think he's overcorrecting. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, on turn 4 here at Texas, you'll see it a lot actually. A lot of drivers catch that outside wall, especially the drivers on a wheel. The way that they try to correct that looseness on the exit of 4, you'll drive a looser slider, and when you go to exit, you'll literally straighten that wheel until it gets over the hump. The problem with that is if you're carrying too much speed, it shoots you right up into that wall before you know it, and that's usually where the incidents come here. And again, if not, then you're putting too much wheel in it, and you're spinning out instead.
Looks like this 18 is losing the 00 34 here. Just
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's about right. You said there's about 40 laps to go. I'd assume about 10 laps to go. So there's about 35, 34 laps or so. And the 18, again, pit 5 to 6 laps before the rest of the field. So he's coming to the end of his cycle. The 34 gets into the back of the 00 there in 3 and 4. Gets underneath him, but causes the 00 to get really loose. The 34 goes flying through the grass. Is able to save it, though. What a save by the 34 of Higgy. I thought sure that was the end of his day. But the 18 gets by both of them. And so that's actually going to help the 34 while the 00 tries to get back around the 18. That should allow the 34 to catch back up to them. NASCAR WPS says he likes the 00 tonight. The car, maybe. I can't say there's a lot of drivers out there that are going to say they like Just Kent. No, I'm just kidding. The 00 is pretty quick. I mean, any of these 3 guys, these are cream of the crop drivers that we're talking about. Hamilton, Just Kent, Higgy, they're all cream of the crop. But right now, tonight, that 17 of memory said, this series is mine. And keep in mind, he was only 3 points to the good on the cutoff. So he knew entering this that if he wanted to advance, he had to... yeah, and this says, hey, I'm ready to go to the B group, and B group beware, I'm ready to go to A.
Yes, sir. Win or go home.
This battle for 5th is heating up as Robbie Racing now had a really big gap over the 25 and the 32. Those 2 drivers now are closing in. They're about to get by Denkate that Robbie just passed. They're about a half second here shortly. I'd assume them to get his draft. Looks like the 25, however, is on a very tight slider tonight. Every time I seem to see him, he's drifting up the track in the center of the corner.
The 9 just spit it. 18 spitting.
9 a do and 18 Hamilton.
Spitting.
Ooh. See, I like that call. Like you asked earlier, Picola, right? So the 34 actually stayed out longer than the 18 last time, and you said, if you're these guys, what do you do? Like I said, if I'm the 00 with how much of a gap it was, I'd probably stay to my own plan, but I said the 34 was going to have to come down with the 18, and so I really like that call by Higgy.
all right. Here comes 17.
I think justifiably what this will do for the 34 and the 18 is... I don't think they're going to catch the 17 with this strategy, but I think it's going to be able to. They're going to come out with fresher tires, be able to put a gap on the 00, and be able to work together in the draft and pull away from the 00. And so I think that's going to lock them into 2nd and 3rd.
Like the 18 had a speeding penalty.
Ooh.
The 9 or the 9 took 2 tires because the 9 came out way ahead of these 2 guys. Way ahead.
The 9 had pit the lap before.
No, he was just coming out pit road. Just
The 9,
now,
the 9
Really?
was back to like 9th or 10th when he come to pit road. He wasn't in this lead pack. Yeah, the 18 and 34 came out together. 34 is about, looks like 3-4 tenths back maybe. But they're together, so yeah, that's all legit. But the 9 had already lost the lead pack. He was back to 7th, 8th place, maybe 9th, 10th.
Oh, there's a wreck. The 18 just wrecked with the 14, the Vinker.
That's an
Yes, sir.
that's an unfortunate tale of event. NASCAR WPS out there says there's major talent in all these series. Yeah, honestly, whether A, B, or C, all the way through, you can find drivers that belong in, the A group. I mean, the positive about the C group here is there's always going to be top talent as we try to year after season bring more people in to be able to help with that. Jose, is that a TV in your background?
No, that's my daughter. I'm looking.
Did he just say that's his dog?
His daughter.
Oh, whoops. Oh, I apologize. Looking through the field, the Dirty Dog making his return, getting ready to go to pit road. Pork Chop on pit road. The 21 of Butters, that's Picola's pick. He's still getting loose on exit, but he's back here battling with Tackleberry and Mopower Cowboy with fresh tires, and this is going to be right in front of your race leader, the 17 car.
Sorry about that, fellas. That was my daughter with the cowboy.
Oh, you're good, bud. Did you say the 17 already paid or no?
Yep.
Yes.
He pit
This
one.
double zero was the last one to pit.
Yep.
Double zero just pit it like a month ago.
The 32, who was just right behind Robbie at the 5th, 6th position, is just now coming to pit road, so he definitely stretched out the full length. I'm assuming we're at about lap 60 to 62 probably right now, which would leave us about 20 laps to go here in this race.
Did Firefly stick around? Check out. See if he's free.
He's still racing.
Denkate posted his stream in the broadcast chat also.
Oh man, 21 is lagging right in front of the leader.
That's the Butters. I'm not seeing the lag on my screen.
I saw a little bit coming off the floor.
You hear that, Butters?
Yeah,
Josie is trying to get you to just pull over, let everyone go. Alright, so they're at lap 62 now then. Butters gets really loose right in front of your race leader.
Yep.
You do have Piccola on that stream you're watching. You do have the 17 as race leader still, yeah?
Yep.
Boy, we're getting good at this.
He's about a half a track ahead of Slayer, who's at 7, so I'm assuming Slayer will be left.
Alright. What position is Slayer running in? Top 10?
7.
And a half a track behind? That tells the kind of pace here that the 17 of Memory is putting down as he gets ready to lap. Tackleberry, he's in a gaggle of cars. Luckily, he only has one remaining to put a lap down, but these drivers are all a lap down now, so I mean, that's a tough spot to be in if you are the race leader.
So how'd that shake out on double zero?
Didn't work out fine.
I mean, that's kind of what I said, right? So the 18 and the 34, they pit together. I knew they were going to be able to come out. They were going to have the fresh tires, and they're able to draft. Whereas last time, if you remember, the 34 had the fresher tires, gained a little bit on the double zero, but only came out just in front of him. So big difference here. I'm trying to look for the double zero, and I don't even see
know
him.
what position he's in, but he's right in front of the 18 and the 34.
Oh,
You got
yeah.
the double zero, and then you got the 49, and then behind them is the 18 and the 34.
Yeah, so unless the 18 and 34 both got a speeding penalty, I don't know what happened here. I don't know how the double zero is in front of them.
I know that maybe the 34 was involved in that wreck. I know the 18 got wrecked by the 7, so. Oh, he gets to the grass.
I don't know what's going on, but there's no surprise there. Me and Piccola, as a broadcast team, are confused 94% of the time. Kind of just scrolling through. The 32, up in front of your race leader, he was able to get back around him. He was one of the drivers that we had just seen a few laps go behind the race leader, as the race leader was trying to get around the 77, but now the 32 has passed all of them, and I believe that to get back on the lead lap. He was another one of those guys that was running back there with Robbie, so I don't know if maybe the 32 got a speeding penalty when he come to pit road.
17's catching the 32 again.
And there's Fire Slayer, you guys talked about him. He's running in 7th. That would be 6th and 5th right in front of him, both the Ally Hendrick Chevrolets. Blaney in the 25, Robbie in the 48. The 66 of Dirt Dog would be a lap down, but these guys, the two Ally cars, that would be 5th and 6th.
You got that right, buddy.
I got what right?
Those positions.
Yeah, nailed it.
18 just got taken 3 wide by the 1 on 34.
I don't know if I'd be happy about that.
49 getting out of the way right now. Shut up.
The 1 went end over end a whole bunch earlier. Oh, Brian SP now looks like he's out of the race in the 73 car. The 1 has the freshest tires, though, clearly, because he got around both these guys. 34 around the 18. I'm intrigued to see how the chat blows up after this one. I really figured with this being the season finale, we would see a little bit heated action. But so far,
out of the way. Let them go.
yeah, so far all I'm really seeing is that some of the lead lap cars are struggling to get by the other guys. But in reality, I mean, most of your incidents are what we said was going to happen, you know, on the exit of these corners. And honestly, even turn 2, sometimes just randomly, your car will kick out on you for no reason. So depending on the slider, you know, if you go too high, you're just going to have a loose setup, and it's going to be hard to deal with turn 4 especially. But turn 2, it happens, and we've seen it all race long, and that'll cause people to go through the grass. I mean, look at how many tire marks are through the grass. And if somebody's below you and you get loose, you're going to send that car through the grass, like we've seen earlier with Just Ken and Higgy.
We got a battle here for 7, 6, and 5th with the Allied cars on fire there. He caught them pretty quick as soon as they got too wide.
Oh yeah, that's a good battle there.
Yeah, I got it on there. Blaney just got by Robbie. Keep in mind that 66, that is a lap down driver of the Dirty Dog. I'm a little shocked he was able to stay with these 3. Fire Slayer now getting around Robbie.
48.
Yeah, it looks like just via the speed, I'm thinking Robbie stayed out or pit the earliest of these guys. So the 41 and the 25 both having fresher tires. But either way, for any of these 3, right, this is a pretty good finish. 26 driver start, you get 5th, 6th, or 7th. That's a pretty good run, especially when you don't start in the top 5. That's very difficult to overcome, not starting in the top 5 at a track like this. As just think about your top 3 right now, right? So you have
Blaine in the wall.
Yeah, Higgy started in the top 5. Hamilton started on the pole. The Dirt Dog's flying through the grass. But you know what I mean? Like, everybody that's running in the top 3 right now started in the top 5. So, yeah.
Goes fires there to the inside of Robbie. Going into 3. Robbie blocks it. Goes off the track. Fires there, got the inside. He's going to make the pass.
I don't know what car I'm going to run yet tomorrow, Bill. I'm thinking it's time for some mac and cheese between the gators. Whoa. I don't know if that was loose or what, but on my screen the 48 went low, the 25 went high, and it didn't look like either one of them were going to save the car. But yeah, Fire Slayer gets by both of them. Pretty good run. Now the battle for 6. These two Allied cars, realistically, all night long, they've been right next to each other. The battle's been between them. Higgy and Hamilton, they're still battling hard for 3rd. Higgy, just so you know, Picola doesn't have Hamilton on his friends list. Picola doesn't have Hamilton on his friends list and needs to send the interview tonight, so you might need to get by him.
Way to get trapped
for these guys.
Yeah, the 9's a little off pace there after getting loose like that. He's battling Denkate, gets up into the wall, into Denkate, goes flying down. Tackleberry splits the 2 of them. He's shooting down to the bottom. That was almost a big wreck. I'm glad you pointed that out there, Josie.
88 on the apron.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the apron. Oh,
something's wrong with that night car. There it goes. Oh, yeah, flying.
The 21 got into the back of the 9, and it just killed the 9 dead. The 1 was involved again, 49 going around him. Here comes your battle for 5th. Oh, the 25
Oh,
smacks
Robbie.
him. Oh, that was Robbie that smacked him. Oh,
Yep, and the 25 goes into the wall, 66 into the 9. Oh, here comes Firestone. Nope, he got
listen,
the 14.
listen, the 9 just had the worst 35 seconds of a driver's life. Spins
Yep.
out in turn 1, finally starting to get back up to speed, and here comes Robbie racing. Karak, and the 9's finally getting going again. That, man, that stinks. He was so excited for that second place starting position. Do the do. He was so excited for it, and he's not going to get the results, but at least he can say he started on the front row.
I think he's got a flat tire, bro. Honestly, he's going to pit road. I think that's what happened. I told you he took 2 tires. He is on pit road.
But that still doesn't explain how Just Can got out so far ahead of the other 2.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. With 20-some laps left at a track like Texas, taking 2 tires, period, bad choice. I mean, if that's what he did, that's absolutely miserable. There's no way I would have wanted to do that. I'm not even saying that he did, but tomorrow in the B group, like, just don't do it. Period. It's already a really loose, greasy track. Don't be making it looser. That's just no bueno. 88 pulls out of the way of the 00, unintentionally goes through the grass. The 9 coming back off pit road now. Not
He
sure.
pulled away from the 18 now.
Yeah, I just got to Higgy. I was going to say, I don't know where the 18 went, but yeah, Higgy's closing in on Just Ken, actually.
Yep.
Right after I said that you didn't have Hamilton on PSN to be able to add him to the interviews, Higgy's like, apparently he heard us, decided to take off. Old guy took them 3 wide earlier, if you remember, and then pulled out of the way, the 1 car I'm talking about, and then pulled out of the way so the 18 and the 34 could battle for position. He's now gotten back by the 18, and then we see the 9 car behind them. He has the freshest tires on the track. Hopefully he has 4 of them.
Be coming 2 laps to go here.
Alright, going to try to find Memory here so we can ride along with him for the final 2 laps here at Texas Motor Speedway. I heard that the happiest person in this race tonight is Butters.
Yeah, I bet he's live in the chats tonight.
Well, I mean, he already started earlier. So this is the white flag now then, yeah?
He'll be coming up the white flag, yep.
Memory in this number 17 machine taking the white flag here at Texas Motor Speedway, leading Just Ken and Higgy. Unfortunately for Just Ken, he entered here tonight second in points. Hamilton is going to hold on to your points title, but this race win...
The 18 gets turned around.
Of course, as I say that, the 18 gets turned around, so now I don't know who's going to get the title. 17 of Memory, he is going to hold on to it, and he is going to be your race winner, as well as that win is going to lock him into the B group next season. Here for the slider section, Do the Do having a really rough night. I'm not sure Brian backed out. I don't know how Hellraiser finished, but Do the Do could have just gotten eliminated to Hellraiser tonight and been stuck in C again next season. So we'll have to see how the points shake out in that one. But William Stalker out there, yeah, I agree. Fireworks in the C chat probably going to happen tonight. Congratulations to the 17 of Memory. Do you have Memory by any chance?
Not about that right now.
Okay, then we have Just Ken and Higgy. I would expect you have both of those two.
Yep.
Roger that.
I don't know who got 4th place, but Fire Slayer and the 18 they were coming side by side.
Oh, so if the 18 spun around and still finished right next to Fire Slayer, then yeah, that'll lock him as your champion here tonight.
Yeah, he finished 4th.
See, Higgy and Just Ken, right?
Yep. Who joined us already? Anybody?
Memory's the first one I sent.
Is he in
Nobody's
here?
joined yet.
Oh, that was just you, Adam. I gotcha.
Memory just joined us.
All right. Remember, you got your voice set to always loud there, bub?
His microphone was blinking. Go ahead, say it again.
Remember, you got your voice set to always loud there, bub?
Should be.
All right. Let me get over to your car. Um, I'm assuming this is a no, but Picola, did you want to take this one?
Nope.
Yeah, lucky guess on my end. All right, let me find your car here. I remember you started out. You were racing pretty close with Just Ken the whole race. In the double zero, you guys kind of started to separate from the rest of the field, and I don't know what happened. It looked like you just had a better long run car, but you pulled through. And were you just on a Sunday drive out there?
Um, for the most part, yeah. I know these kind of races are kind of boring to watch, but I sure like them because they keep the whole heart rate and blood pressure down. So, for the most part, just making sure the car doesn't spin on me on the exit of turn 4 and turn 2, and hopefully, no, the lap cars spin out that way too. So overall, great race. Car felt good. Got a little loose in later runs, but nothing I can handle.
Yeah, you talked about it being a boring race. I mean, as far as people wanting to watch your car, that would have been miserable. But no, uh, we didn't really have it on your car very much, as you kind of just walked away. We did see you dealing with some lap traffic and in the pit strategy there. It looks like you changed your strategy when the 18 and the 34 come down. You came down pretty closely after. Was that planned pre-race, or did you kind of just go with the flow there when those guys came to pit road?
More or less going through the flow. I kind of had somewhat of a plan of when I would come in, but when I saw them come in, I knew I needed to come in shortly after, or else they would have gained a bunch of ground on me.
Uh, well, I want to say congratulations, and of course, winning the C group on Monday. That means you're eligible to race tomorrow night, if you're free. If not, it is what it is. But 17 cars not used on Tuesday, and we start an hour later. So, if you want to run that, just go ahead and get a hold of me tonight, and I'll get you an invite for tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Good one, man.
Thank you.
Gonna go to second place finisher. Usually you work top to the bottom, but well, nobody really wants to talk to Higgy. So we're gonna go with second place finisher, the double zero of Just Ken. Did you want to take this one, Picola?
Nope.
Shocker. Just Ken, second place finish. You came up just short in the race, as well as you came up just short in the season points, as Hamilton was able to hold off and get the title. Great season, though, all in all. You won a couple races. You got to race with the B group. Of course, now you're advancing. You'll be in the B group yourself next season, so that's got to feel pretty good, yeah?
Yeah. I'm overall pretty happy about the way the season went, and ups and downs, but that's all a part of it. So.
I mean, you definitely did better than the Starcom Racing Double Zero of Quinn Huff was going to do in real life. So, I mean,
Sure.
maybe they'll give you a call out when they get another charter. But
Yeah.
no, I'm just messing with you, man. Really, we talk to you almost every week. You know, you're always one of the front runners. Seeing you on the podium tonight is not a surprise.
Yeah.
Realistically, I just want to say congratulations on the whole season, and then I'll give it to you there for a second if you just want to kind of explain how your race went and overall, really, the season.
Yeah. I mean, I knew early in the run, I was, figuring everybody out and what they're gonna do for strategy, and I knew Memory was showing some speed. It kind of looked to me like he was getting too loose there the first run, and then I almost lost it and went through the grass, and uh, had to kind of regroup from there and just relax. And I was a little too conservative getting to pit road the first time, and he gained a bunch of time on me, and then I could never just regain that back. I don't know. I wasn't doing something right with the setup or whatever, because even on older tires, we'd equal out later in the run. And even though he had older tires than I did, he'd still either pull a little bit or just stay the same. So I knew it was going to be him up front today. But I mean, all in all, the season, I mean, we had a bunch of different guys up front, and it was fun to run with these guys. It's gonna be entertaining next season.
Yeah, not to point out the obvious here, but I'd assume you didn't do anything right with the setup either, because this was the slider group, not the setup group. But yeah, other than
Right.
that, the rest of your story was great. Um,
Yeah.
again, just messing with you. Yeah, again, congratulations, man, and I'm pretty excited to see what you can do there next season in the B group. Maybe
Yeah.
advance and get drafted by one of the guys there for the A group, as everybody knows out there in the YouTube land and GC Sports. A group is team based, so looking to build your draft stock next season, and I'm excited to see what you got.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Maybe we do have one interview that Pete Cola will do on the season here Monday night. C Slider. Pete Cola, do you want to take this one with Higgy?
Nope.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, it's me, Gator.
That's what I was like. Of anybody, one person I'm going to get to him to do an interview, I think it would be you, but no, you're nothing special, I guess.
It's okay. Yeah. Feel the love.
I don't do interviews.
All right. Higgy, your voice is set to always loud, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, third place finish, but all in all, I mean, you just Ken Hamilton, you guys were battling out the whole race. You started a little bit further back than some of these guys. You had to deal with that traffic, and then there was a big wreck in front of you. Go through that real quick.
Yeah, so beginning of the race, I know before everybody gets their pit adjustments in, it's just crazy at Texas, just from experience. So I was just letting everybody race it out, trying to just stay cool and calm through it all. And then I forgot, I think it was Sauce that was in front of me on the high line, and I got a huge run out of 4 because everybody kind of slowed up with each other on the inside. So, going through the front stretch, and then 1 and 2, me and Sauce are pretty much clear from everyone, and then Sauce just lost it. And he went down and collected everybody, and then somehow I managed to escape on the outside, just by luck, because the person right beside me, I think, was Slayer, and he got taken out too. So it was very intense, and I think me and Hamilton escaped, and we kind of battled it out, and with Ken thereafter.
Yeah, honestly, you actually looked like you might have been the only car that would have been able to keep with the 17. Nothing against just Ken Hamilton or anybody else, of course, but you seem to have the car to beat on the long runs, especially. Was it something you did with the setup that helped that, or again, Josie in here, he talked about how you like like you think that panned out and gave you the long run speed.
Yeah, just Ken and Hamilton had really good cars too. Ken was really good on a long run too, but I tend to go down on that right rear in my pit adjustments and kind of ramp up the tape, but not too high, because I want to roll through the centers a little bit and stuff. But yeah, I definitely want a long run car at Texas. Short run, you can kind of stay in the draft and do your way through the first part of it. But that long run is when you can get that individual speed and kind of get away from everybody. So that's what I was working on. But that last pit stop, I tried to pit early to get ahead of Ken, and then I think it was the 14 was stopped in the middle of the track, and me and Hamilton hit him. So that kind of ruined that plan. Yeah, we got caught up in that, but overall it was a good race. I enjoyed racing with Ken and Hamilton, and it was a lot of fun. Tried to link up with them in draft to catch Memory, but like Ken said, Memory just had a totally different car. So
Yeah, he was untouchable.
yeah.
Well, kind of the same thing I'd said there to Ken, but right. So you actually are going to advance into the B group now. So you were talking about the long runs here, but that may change next season as at a track like at Texas. When you add cautions into it, it could change everything completely, right? So I say that, of course, there's only been one caution in the whole 7 races we've had so far there, but you're pretty excited, I'm assuming, to make the B group, and I guess just go over that real quick.
Yeah. Did you say me, Taddy? I didn't know. It kind of cut out.
Oh, I cut out. My bad. Yeah, that was to you, Higgy.
Okay. Yeah. It was kind of a relaxed race. I knew I made it through after Phoenix, so I was just kind of running, my lines and just hitting everything, and just wanted to battle it out because I didn't know if I had a chance at the title. I knew I was in third with Ken and Hamilton, so I was battling it out with those guys just to see if there was a chance. But I know they would have to finish pretty far back for me to have a chance at anything. But yeah, I'm excited for next season um, uh, to see what's next, and um, hopefully can have some good runs there.
All right, well, that's going to do it with my post-race interview with your third-place finisher, Higgy, and really the whole top three, Higgy, Just Ken, and the guy that nobody's seen most of the night, but that would be Memory. I'm going to take it over to you, P. Cole. You got any closing remarks here?
Nope, ain't got nothing. Gotta let the dog out.
GTR Josie, do you have anything you want to add?
Good racing, boys. Welcome to the B group. While we move out to the A group, but you guys can take our spots.
We did. We did not get anyone. We did not get Hamilton in here simply because Picola didn't have him on his friends list, and my PSN's acting up. But Hamilton is your season 2 C group champion, so congratulations to him. And he's another one of those drivers going to be joining them. You've seen some of the really top talent here in the C group. That's going to be your B group next season. As like Josie said, the other guys move up to the A group. So congratulations to everyone that advanced, to everyone that did not advance. There's always next season to try to get yourself in there. That's going to do it here for the C Slider group on the season. That is your first champion of 4. Tune in the next 3 nights as we crown 3 more champions and get prepared for season 3 at GC Sports. So from everyone here at GC Sports, everyone in the broadcast, Picola, Jose Protege, myself, and your podium finishers, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow night.